Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk and welcome back to Shep Talk Movie Reviews. Before we get into that review though, a quick admin note. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can get notified when I upload a video. Also, I am on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Descriptions will be down below, or the links will be down below in the description box. Now let's get back to my review of Irresistible. Irresistible was directed by Jon Stewart, whose only other directed movie was Rosewater, but most people know him for The Daily Show. Irresistible stars Steve Carell as Gary Zimmer, Rose Byrne as Faith Brewster, Chris Cooper as Jack Hastings, and Brent Saxton as Mayor Braun. Quick synopsis. After seeing a viral video of a man in a rural town stand up for immigration rights, Gary decides he wants to help that man become mayor of a predominantly red town. Irresistible was released on video demand June 26, 2020. Let's get into the story segment of it. Here we go, a movie that is giving us a look at what really goes on behind the scenes of the American electoral system. I will have to say the opening of this movie is probably the best I've seen since the opening of the Newsroom TV show. At first I didn't understand what was happening, but the more you listen to both Gary and Faith speak, you understand what Jon Stewart was going for here. He wants his audience to know he isn't taking sides in this movie. He is providing the audience with a candid look at what both sides get up to during the election cycle. And it is really, really funny. So if you're going to go into this movie thinking you're going to see a one-sided movie showing that the right side or the left side are evil, you will be wrong. Jon Stewart gives us a movie that shows us the tricks that both sides use to get their candidates the victory come election day. The story is pretty straightforward and simple, though it does have a twist that I didn't see coming, but the way the movie goes, maybe I should have. Jack Hastings is at a town hall meeting and goes off on the current elected officials and their handling of the immigration policy. Of course, in this day and age, it gets recorded and uploaded onto YouTube, where Gary Zimmer, a Democratic campaign manager, sees it and thinks that Jack is the type of person that can flip a town from red to blue. Of course, these things aren't all straightforward, and when the Republicans get wind of what is going on or going down, they send Faith as the representative to make sure the incumbent mayor retains his seat. This, of course, just escalates quickly with both sides ramping up their campaigns and with influxes of money and media attention. Irresistible is a movie that gives us that peek of what it is really like behind the scenes of an election cycle, showing that both sides are playing the game and spinning the truth to fit the narrative that they want you to believe in. That both sides are spending tons of money to make sure they get their point of view out there more than their opponents, and hoping that it draws away from the other candidates. Actors. Steve Carell is a good actor and does a really good job as Gary, but it is getting harder to tell where Steve Carell stops and the characters begin. What I mean by that is watching the last few things Steve Carell has been in, it really seems like the same person, just with slight differences to them to make them just a little different than the last role. This may be because I just watched him in the 10 episodes of Space Force and he plays a general that is a little out of his element. Plays a general that is a little out of his element there, and in Irresistible he plays a city guy out of his element in the country. Don't get me wrong, both good characters, but just seems really close or similar to how he's played such characters before. And maybe he has found that role that he is good for and isn't trying to push the envelope. And that is okay too. If you know you are good at something, why change? Rose Byrne gives us an outstanding performance as Faith Brewster, the Republican representative who is all about spinning the story to fit their narrative no matter what the cost. She is ruthless, but will smile in your face while she does it. There is one scene between her and Steve Carell that at the end, it just looks like she is marking her territory and has you thinking that she is batshit crazy. But the more you see her and the things she does, you know that there is more to her than that. She is all about making sure that the person the Republican Party is backing is going to win. Overall, the surrounding actors also do an amazing job in their roles as well, providing a well of seemingly country bumpkins just wanting the best for their town while watching all the other while watching all these out-of-towners come in and try to tell them the best way to win an election. Now let's get on to cinematography. This movie really stays in the country town once things get moving and shows you the effects of the decisions that Washington makes without real thoughts behind them. We all get that the US spends too much money on a lot of things and cuts do need to be made, but with those cuts being made comes real life ramifications as well, and the small town feels that the most. And Irresistible shows those effects when you see the small town that was once 15,000 strong, now down to 5,000 people, and 90% of their main street stores are closed or run down. Irresistible does a good job of showing the effects when choices are made thousands of miles away. Overall, I think Irresistible is a movie a lot of Americans need to watch with an open mind. Jon Stewart is trying to show us both sides are not working in your best interest and spinning things that meet their party's current doctrine. I think most people don't realize that what this movie is trying to get across. As stated, there is a twist in this movie that I didn't even see coming until they sprung it on me, and I kind of cheered inside when it did. I hope more people give Irresistible the chance it really deserves because it is a really good movie with a message that people should be open to. With all that being said though, Shep Talk gives Irresistible 4 Sheps out of 5. Whew. That is all I have time for today. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, check out this video over here. I'm sure there's something in there that you will enjoy as well. But that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next review.